Hello, 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 hello. Hello everyone, welcome to the third stream we're doing for FRL, the Formula Racing League. My name is Connor, back again. Tonight I'm joined by Tonk16, otherwise known as Ricky. He's back after his hiatus the other day. He had trials with Ireland on VFL. He's back, welcome back Ricky. Tonight we have the fourth night of the F2 Championship, 2 races. We have Azerbaijan and Hungary. Right, so let's get straight into it tonight. We're going to introduce the teams and the drivers. We've had a few changes, so we'll quickly go through it and let everyone know what's going on. So at Dams, James Arano and Parsons again. Uni Virtuosi, we have Hadouken and James McSir. James McSir absolutely flying the last session. He got a win in Australia and he got a 3rd place in Spain. For ART, we have Joe Feely and Henry P316, or 316 as I like to say. Stone Cold fan. For Carlin, we have Paddy McSir and Jack S1221. For Campos, we have a change. We have Chris 11422. We'll just call him Chris so it's easier. He is replacing Ollie, who's been called up to race for Ferrari in the F1 League. He didn't have the greatest of nights on the last stream, but overall he's had a very good start to the season, so he's been called up to the Ferrari team in F1. And Chris will be joining Stocky. For Sauber Junior, we have MXDJG and Matty J6. For MP, we have Zeus and Tomo. Tomo with a good win in Spain. We'll get to that in a second, but Tomo wants to get some more points tonight. For Arden, we have Hollowboy and another new member. Marshall is out, and Vane Daly is coming in to replace Marshall. For promo, we have Tables 14 and R. Collins 13. R. Collins 13 is coming in for Ryan UK 46, who also has been called up to the Ferrari team. So him and Ollie have done well in F2, and they've both been moved to the Ferrari team in F1. And for Trident, finally, we have DHX16 and Dynamic Killzone. Both had some pretty good results in the last stream, picked up some good points for Trident, so they're going to want to carry on what they've been doing and improve slightly more. So we'll quickly go through the rules as normal. In F2, obviously, in real life, there's different points for different things. For instance, you get points for qualifying in first. We're not doing any of that. We're going to just keep the rules the same as F1, which is positions 1 to 10 pick up points. You get points for fastest lap and you get points for the driver of the day. And as I've said in every stream so far, the top 4 drivers in the F2 league will be moved to F1 next season, and the bottom 4 in F1 will be moved to F2. So there's a lot to actually fight for. It's not just a random league. There is a prize at the end of it. It's getting moved to the F1 league. So yeah, the drivers are going to be wanting to do that. Certain people like James McSir, he's put a good foot forward after his results last week, and Tomo. Getting into the results of the last races, we had Australia and Spain. In Australia, our top 3, James McSir, as I said, won the race. 2nd place was Joe Feely, getting his first podium. And 3rd place was DHX16, who also got his first podium. So very, very good results. And in Spain, very, very interesting race. Tomo, with his first win in F2, gets first place, but he won it because Stocky picked up a penalty and Tomo ended up winning the race by 0.062 seconds. It was that close. So that just shows if you don't make mistakes and you don't get penalties, it will really benefit you. So Tomo's been very consistent lately. He's not been picking up penalties or anything, and that's ended up getting him the win. And finally, James McSir, as I said, he got 2 podiums. So he won the first race in Australia and he got 3rd place. He started near the back and he worked his way all the way through the field. He had really good pace. Only enough to get 3rd, but I mean, if you're starting last, getting to 3rd, it's a really, really good race, I think. So as you can see, we've got new drivers stepping in up to the plate. They've had some good results, some new drivers on the podium. So it's the same. These guys are going to want to replicate it. So finally, introduction over. We're going to bring Ricky in. Ricky, you there? Hello?
Hello. Hi guys. How's everyone?
Good to have you back, Rick, after your trial for Ireland the other day. So, Ricky, let's get straight into it. You've obviously seen the stream and you know the results of the last races, I should say. Who's going to want to stand out tonight after them results? Because obviously we've had a few people that have done well, some others have not done well. So, who's one to keep an eye on?
Well, watching the stream back, obviously I couldn't make it, so I apologise. But yeah, I think one to watch is Jamesy McSir. To be fair, he obviously got the win and a podium in the last 2 races. So I think with Marley and Cormonks now going up to F1, staying in F1, I think he's got a big chance. So hopefully he can carry that form on and try and get some 2 wins tonight as well, which would be good for him. So it should be interesting.
As we said in the stream, not the one just gone, the one before. As I had the previous stream of Holland, I was telling Holland that James McSir, he finished 4th twice in a row. So he definitely had the pace. He was just slightly behind them guys. And as they've left, he's literally said, right, I'm going to grab it. I want to be number 1 in the league. And straight away, he picked up a win in the first race, 3rd in the second race. So I think you're right with the shout there. But it's all about staying clean and putting the qualifying lap together. So in the F1 yesterday, Azerbaijan, we had Azerbaijan and Hungary, and it was very, very interesting. So... 1 second, guys. I think we might just be having some technical difficulties. Bear with me. One second, Ricky. Stocky's just invited me. I just want to see what's going on. Everything is okay. There he is, sorry. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay, mate, no worries. Yeah, okay. Alright, mate, yeah, I'll just let everyone know. No worries. Yeah, okay, no worries. Cheers, mate. Bye. Bye, good luck. Right, sorry about that. I've just been informed by Stocky, so it's the perks of having the owner on your friends list. We've got a few people coming in to fill in for tonight. So we have Ollie is going to be, as we just said, he's gone up to Ferrari. He's going to be filling in BWT. We've got Josh coming back, who had some very good results previously. He's going to be coming in for Zeus, I believe, in MP Motorsport. And Mac Fawcett, our good old friend Mac Ricky, our party racer in F1, is going to be jumping in Campos for the night. So we've got some, we've got some 3 good drivers coming in to make up the numbers tonight. I've been informed that they won't actually be getting driver points, but it should be going towards constructors still. So it will still keep things fair. So yeah, sorry for if the stream just goes quiet there. Just wanted to give everyone a heads up, and thank you for Stocky for letting us know. So Ricky, we'll get back to it. So
well, that changes.
Changes
our perception now, doesn't it? Really, because James McSir.
Well, yeah,
we've just said about James McSir now potentially 3 good drivers coming in. You know,
well, Ollie had good results in F2.
Yeah.
Tap Machine had, what was it? What did we say? He's had 4 races before, and he's got 3 podiums and a 4th place.
Yeah.
So they're going to be really quick, and it's going to be some good, very good competition now. So I just want to talk about. I don't really want to say the guys at the lower end of the field because it's not really fair and it's still quite early. But there's a few people I want to name here. As our good old friend Cormonks has joined. I'm not sure if he's racing there, but we'll give a shout out to Hollowboy. So I was watching Hollowboy last week, and you can tell he's a good driver. He's clean, but he doesn't have that 1 lap qualifying pace at the moment. So what's happening with him at the moment is he sort of gets caught in the midfield or the back end of the grid, and there's problems, and he can't get past it, and he's constantly staying at the back. And there's a few people that need to just, I don't know if it's, be a bit more sensible or just have a really good qualifying lap and start closer to the front, but there's a few people that will be looking at that, especially in a track like Azerbaijan where it's a lot of straights, not so much of you know, tricky left and right apart from going through the castle section.
Yeah.
This track is a lot of it is based on straight line speed, which obviously all the cars are equal. So it's all going to be down to drivability, but that might come into play here. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get back onto the actual qualifying as we're starting. We're just going to sit on Tomo at the moment as he's currently leading the way. In the last race, Tomo and Stocky first and second. And as our standings are at the moment, first and second. Well, there you go, commentators curse. They're going to be ones to watch as well. Like, sorry, go on.
No, just going back to what you said about Jason. Look, pace at the 13th, sitting third, now 12th. So his pace, his one lap pace is not great, is it? So hopefully he can make it up in the race.
And that's the thing is, like, obviously we're friends with Jason. We don't want to just say it 'cause we're friends with him, but we know he's very good at this game. We know he can be very quick. It's just getting, putting the time in to just to learn the tracks a bit better, and to maybe how to manipulate the car a bit better and how to get the most out of it on these one lap paces. Because if he's going to be starting 12th straight away, he's going to be at a disadvantage, isn't he?
Yeah, of course.
If he gets near, let's even say the top 5, all the guys in the top 5 bar Jacks have all been on the podium. So as I said that, and Stocky jumped straight down to 7th, so he's had a really bad lap there. So we're going back and going into the sector 3 here, and who's in first place at the moment, Ricky? Let's see if he stays there. Yeah. He was absolutely nowhere in sector 1 and 2, but he's picked it up in sector 3. He's absolutely flying down. Probably got that DRS wide open. There it goes, the back wheel flies open. As he crosses the line, it's such a long straight, so we can see some overtaking. James McSir, pole, gets in the 152, great lap. Jack, what a qualifying from him, second place. Killzone with Trident, Killzone and DHX in 3rd and 4th, they'll be very happy with that. But look at that, the brothers are holding hands again in 5th and 6th. What a surprise, Ricky. That's our little... Yeah. They can't do anything without being next to each other. We was playing FIFA the other day and they're both in centre mid next to each other as well. It's literally their joint at the hip. Anyway, we'll quickly run through the table. So, Ollie, not a great... He's been disqualified. He must have done a corner cut or something. Ollie down in 14th. Tables, 13th place. Hollowboy, as we said, in 12th. But look at that. He must have made a mistake somewhere. He's 10 seconds off the pace. 12 seconds off the pace. Paddy McSir in 11th. Hadouken in 10th. Mack in 9th. Parson 8th. Stocky down in 7th, which is quite surprising. The brothers, Josh and Tomo, in 6th and 5th. DHX, good qualifying from him. I spoke to him today. There might be a little something come forward if he has a good race today. Killzone in 3rd. Jack with a really good qualified in 2nd place. But the one we said to keep an eye out for, James McSir,
getting his chance, getting his chance to express himself. And you want to be ahead
with all the, how chaotic this first corners can be in this track, as we experienced yesterday in the F1 League.
Don't you think it's quite surprising they've all gone on super soft though? No one's actually tried to do something a bit different.
For the qualifying tyre, it's not really surprising. But saying that, look at that. I don't know if that's a glitch there, but my sky there is absolutely grey. So I'm not sure if it's going to be raining here.
I do hope it rains, to be fair. Liven it up a bit. Sorry to all the drivers, and the streamers, you'll love it when it starts raining.
It'll make it more enjoyable for us. But I'll be very surprised if someone finished the race without not getting damaged or without getting at least one penalty.
Yeah.
It's quite hard to get a penalty round here, so it might be a penalty for a collision. And if there's a safety car, we all know... should we put our little bet on again and get a safety car in lap 1?
Yeah, I reckon we should.
Last time I said that, though, in Canada, we didn't get one, did we? So,
no. But
just waiting for Hadouken to ready up. As I don't want to say anything bad, but I just played against him in a VFL game and scored twice. Anyway, 4 red lights, 5 red lights. Lights out. The sky looks really great. Tables gets a jump start. That's his second jump start. Jack gets a really good start up the inside of James McSir. He backs out though. James, he holds it. Tomo, what a launch up the inside. He's contesting for 3rd place. We'll just see him going 2 by 2 in. James, he gives him space. Well, good drive from James. Good positioning from Jack as well.
Max been smashed.
Oh, yeah, we'll quickly go. He's not out of the race. He's been forced into the off-road there. We'll quickly cut back to the front. James, he's in 1st. There's a lot of changes there as everyone's going trying to filter in one at a time, but there's still people going side by side. Jamesy leads into the second corner. Jack in 3rd, them two hold position. DHX, good start up into 3rd. Tomo, really good start into 4th. Tap Machine again. We're brothers, we're going to stay next to each other, 4th and 5th. Dynamic Killzone, he hasn't had the greatest start. He's down in 6th. Stocky stays 7th. Tables with another 5 seconds. So we've had 2 5 seconds. Yeah, he's had 2 5-second penalties in the first 3 corners. Hadouken up to 8th from 10th. Good start from Tables, as we said, got the penalties. Just as we're saying that, we'll quickly go to Parsons and Paddy McSur there. They're going side by side. Looks like Paddy McSur's got damage on his front left.
Green flags.
Green flags, yeah. The yellow flags have gone.
I hate this corner.
To Parsons 9th. Oh, yeah. Flying through the castle section there. Just stay with Paddy McSur and Parsons for a minute. Side by side, as we go a bit closer, we've got Stocky and Hadouken and Dynamic Killzone literally flying through, just coming into sector 3 here. Parsons has retired. What's happened there? And Jason's has retired as well. Hollowboy they've obviously come together. There's a yellow flags out. The safety car. We'll quickly cut back to Jamesy. Quickly cut back to Jamesy. We'll just settle it down a second. Stocky's very close. Yeah. Stocky for the second. I know he's had a really poor corner. He's had an awful corner coming out of that. But we'll stay with the leader, Jamesy, at the moment. He wants to get away from all this. He needs to get out of the DRS zone. Got one more lap to do it. Jack in second place. He's going to be happy with that start. As Tomo and Josh go side by side into the corner, and the Duken's retired as well. And here we go. People are making early pit stops. This is time to obviously get damage. If you can keep an eye on them, Ricky, see if they've got any damage and what tyres they're going on. All of them from 8th down to 11th.
Max changes his wing, obviously, from that early damage. He's gone onto the mediums, which it looks like it's going to rain, to be fair, Con, so it's going to be quite tough for some people. Obviously, he's had to change the wing.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have the driver setup, which it says is, if it's telling us if it's going to be cloudy or overcast or sunny or whatnot. It looks like it's about to hammer down. So the drivers are probably going to want to stay out as long as possible and hope, that they can get the tyres to wherever. And only do one stop. They don't want to have a pit and then have to come into a pit again. Look at the time though. Mac is already 41 seconds behind his teammate Stocky.
Rapid.
So yeah, we've got Hollowboy, Parsons and Hadouken out. We didn't actually see what happens. We think Parsons had contact and has collected Hollowboy there, and Hadouken I think was coming into the pits and might have damaged himself.
Just to say, Paddy McSur's literally just pitted, got onto softs. So I don't know if the track's getting wet here because he's just gone to softs, changed his front wing, first corner, smashed into the wall. So now he's lost his front wing again. So it
doesn't look like it's. I can't see if it's raining or not, but maybe they were just cold and it didn't break. We just cut back to DHX, tap machine up the inside of DHX there. Good move from Josh. DHX hold you around the outside. They're going to be side by side, but no DRS yet. Next lap they're going to be laughing.
Get onto Stocky, Con. Stocky's chasing Dynamic in a straight. He's got him.
Yeah, he's got a good exit. Oh, he's gone straight up past him already in the good camera. So Killzone might have a problem. He might have damage because he's very slow there. We go back to Tomo, who's chasing.
The fastest lap.
The DHX is right stuck in between this that machine and Tomo Sandwich. These guys are literally pushing each other around. And what this is doing is it's helping Jack get away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Tables is also retired. So he had 10 seconds left. He's retired. So we've already in the first 3 laps lost 4 people.
Top 10, look
very, very simple.
No challenges for the top 10, so
everyone, if you get the car to the end, you're getting a point, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Dynamic.
So Jamesy's leading the way again. He's got the pace. We can see he's got the pace. It really looks like it's about to hammer down, doesn't it? Looking at the clouds and the sky there. The track looks really dark and there's no lights. There's really maybe 3 or 4 laps. We might be into some rain and it spices right up, really.
With Killzone Con, he's obviously his pace has gone because he's lost that front left wing. So obviously he's possibly hit a wall or broken a part of it. Off Stocky made it look easy, but with the damage Killzone's got, I don't know if it's worth him pitting. I think he has to see it out. 6th, 7th, hopefully keep Mac off his tail. Well, Mac's 42 seconds behind, so.
But that's the thing, is it's going to be a slow pit stop, and if they've got a pit again for the wets, does he risk it? He might as well just wait. As DHX has got a really poor exit out of the final corner there, coming onto his back straight. So Tomo's already passed him. DHX goes wide. Wow, what a move from Tomo. He's risky around the
someone's
outside.
at the
Not
wall.
trusting. Who's that? Stocky. Stocky's pushing too much. So maybe a track is getting wet. I'm not sure. We can't tell from here.
I'd love to
Stocky
be
went really
in
wide
the
then.
garages right now, wouldn't you?
I would. And what's happened here is Jamesy's made a little mistake by the looks of it. Because
Stocky's-
Jack's...
Stocky's retired, yeah. He's gone. He lost control of the car. Front wheels have come off. 5 people in the...
Absolutely chaotic on this first
what you want to
half
see,
of
though,
this
to
here. We
be fair.
quickly jump to Ollie and Paddy McSir as Ollie's coming into his yellow flags, wave yellow flags. So we missed Tomo who overtakes Josh. I think that it must be raining. It surely must, because everyone's really struggling here. Ollie's right behind Paddy McSir here. But they're on the medium still as well. But Tap Machine's had a really poor exit. Tomo's gone up the inside and then he's gone no, and then Tap Machine's taking it back off him. We can see DHX is right behind Tomo. Ollie, we just stay with Ollie and Paddy McSir in a minute, fighting for the final couple of points positions. Problem is, Ricky, is obviously if it does start raining, the DRS will get disabled, so we'll know if it's raining or not. But
yeah.
Paddy McSir dives into the pits. He's taking an early pit
on.
stop. If you
Yeah,
keep
let's
an
see
eye
what-
on
yeah.
him and tell me what is going on.
Yeah.
Because if he's risking, if it's wet or something.
Well, no doubt he's got damage to his wing. I think he's got damage to his wing. Yeah, he's lost to his right side of his wing. So, and he's got a 5-second sitting penalty. So, here we go.
Is there a safety car?
Safety car, yeah. I still think it's a safety car. He's going on the medium. So, they must know something. It must not be raining. So,
It's
he's
just
back out.
really weird to have 5 people out in the first 4 laps. I mean, obviously there is normally a couple of DNFs, but not that many.
No.
And especially at a track like Azerbaijan, where it's quite hard to wreck a car unless you're just going full speed and don't turn. But to have 4 people out, 4 DNFs and Tables retiring, I'm not sure what happened to Tables. Just
Well, this is
staying
gonna
with
punch
Jack. So
everyone up
now,
when it comes,
what
yeah.
happens here? Yeah, does everyone jump into the pit and get I don't know, maybe any damage sorted or fresh tyres, as Jack looks like he's going to try and undercut James McSir. So is Tap Machine, because Tap Machine's coming in, means Tomo's got to stay out as they're the same team.
Just on Jack's at the moment. Let's see what he changes onto. It's got to be mediums. If they're getting reports saying it's dry, then yeah, he's on the mediums.
But they're gonna get the undercut. So I think James McSir, he's got pace, but has he missed a step here?
Dynamics in as well. He's going to change that wing.
Yes.
He's going on to.
So has he missed a step here, and Tomo missed a step as well? If you could, Rick, if you wouldn't mind, just while we're behind the safety car, can you check in the chat and see if you can get any information of what's happened?
Right, we've got Stocky. Stocky's just reported saying he turned late into the pits, so there weren't any loss of grip.
That
It was
we
just-
saw. Yeah, no, we saw that happen yesterday in the F1.
It's a long straight, isn't it? It's a long straight.
It's a really long straight, and then it's just a quick left and right. I think it sneaks up on people a lot quicker than they're expecting. And plus, also in the F2 cars, just less handling. As Max coming to the pit, it just shows how far behind they are. The guys are coming up nearly into the castle section. If you look, and Max only just got into the pit stop. So, in a way, Max gonna get a free pit stop, and then he's got 40 seconds to make up on the front guys. Jamesy McSir, Tomo, DHX haven't pitted yet, and what that's going to do is bring Mac, Ollie, Paddy McSir, all the guys who did the first pit stop have done their second pit stop. It's going to bring them all back into play now, isn't it? And they're going to have fresh tyres.
But this is the thing. How long is the safety car going to be out for? This is a question. Do they class it as serious? So it could be out a couple more laps. So that'll get Mac up closer, which you'll be wishing for.
So I'm just trying to read what's happened in the chat, because obviously we've had quite a few people out. I'm just trying to keep everyone up to date with what's happened. So Joe Feely was available, and he couldn't get into the lobby in time, unfortunately, so that's a shame. Parson says he thinks he got pushed into the wall and then had damage on his front wing. So I think he then couldn't turn and then got more damages. James McSir comes in, and there's Tomo and DHX. Yeah, they've all decided to come in. So Has Jack pitted, has he? So there you go. Jack's now leading the race. So he's got the undercut on James McSurr, hasn't he? And so is Tap Machine. So they made the right decision to come in early, Josh and Jack did. And maybe even... no, the other guys won't get out ahead. But sorry, we'll just carry on. So Hadouken says... by the second corner, he had damage on both sides of his front wing. So he must have had a lot of contact. I'm not sure what actually happened there. Table said he also had damage on his front wing.
A lot of damage.
And as you said, what happened with
Stocky? Stocky just...
Yeah, you said Stocky crashed in whilst going into the pits.
Missed the pit. But, well, yeah, Table's just come on our Twitch and just said that he had bad wing damage. So, yeah, just reporting what you said. So it's weird that everyone's suffered wing damage. Been a couple of collisions, but nothing too mad. So the tight corners and the walls are obviously giving the drivers a bad time, really.
Just going to go to Mac again. Mac's gone into the pits again. So he's obviously done his compulsory... That could be very smart. He's done his compulsory pit stop and gone onto the hard tyres, and he's gone back in and gone back onto the medium. So I don't actually know how many pit stops he's done. If you could maybe check that, if you press start with the directory. But maybe he's just done one lap on the hards to get that compound out of the way, and now he's going to be on the faster tyre coming in to the end now. If you could
so what he's done is stopped 3 times, and he's started on the super softs, then went mediums, then super softs, then mediums. So I don't know if he's just reported saying he's on the hards, but the game might be saying that he's on the mediums.
Well, as we said before, stays as it is, everyone gets points. So you'd want to just make sure you get to the end of the race and you know you're going to pick up some points. But if you're Mac and Paddy McSurr, etc., you don't want 9th and 8th. You want to get in the top 3, top 4. So it's going to be really...
Just want to say something. So Paddy McSurr's got a 5-second time penalty. Who else have we got here?
The safety car's staying out again. Maybe it's just letting the back guys...
So the rest of the guys who've got it obviously out of the race. But yeah, I think Paddy McSurr's got a 5-second time penalty. So that could play into Mac's hands right now.
Well, Mac's going to be... So what tyres is everyone on now? Sorry. I'm just trying to see. So...
one sec. So we have...
So Jax looks like he's on the mediums, I think.
Yeah,
Same
Tap
with
Machine
Josh.
medium, yeah. Dynamic on mediums. Jamesy's on
mediums.
Tom on
mediums. Yeah.
So
Ollie,
everyone's on mediums currently.
And then we go back to Paddy McSurr, and yeah, so everyone now is on the mediums, so no one's going to have a tyre advantage.
So just reporting on what Jason's said, he's just messaged in and said he had pretty bad damage to the front wing. Couldn't control his car and hit a corner pretty hard, lost his right wheel, so that's why he couldn't finish the race.
It's obviously taking the actual cars, you know, the cars are faster and better turning circles and better grip and traction, etc., etc. That just shows how good Flawless and Cool Monks were in the F1 session yesterday, because they avoided all the carnage, and I finished on the track in 3rd position, and I was 20 seconds behind the front 2 guys.
Yeah.
So it just shows, you know, you on a track like this, you need consistent. I didn't really make any mistakes. I don't think I had a penalty. I thought I had a very strong race, and I still was 20 seconds behind Cool Monks and Flawless, which shows, as the safety car coming in, it just shows you need to be consistent in a track like this. Yeah. You need to just not go over the top in the corners, brake correctly, don't try and take more than you need to. As Jack's backing him up, letting the safety car go, I think he might have to slow down a little bit because he's going to catch up the safety car really quick. He's backing him up. Unfortunately, Paddy McSurr only got within 7 seconds, and Mac is 20 seconds behind, so it's not worked out for Mac. But safety car pulls off, and we're underway Waiting for green flags. No overtaking until the green flags, but we're almost 4x4. There's damage. Someone's front wings come flying off.
That's Ollie OTR's.
Camera angles are so far away. Jack holds on to first. Tap Machine, Josh stayed in second. Killzone third. James McSir in fourth place. He's going to be the one who's most annoyed about that. As always, Killzone's gone really wide there. Great move from James. He's left the door open. Tomo's had a bit of it as well. Tomo's gone straight through. So James McSir's going to be the one here that's annoyed the most. He's made a mistake of not coming in when the others did, and they've got to undercut on him. Killzone down to fifth. Ollie up into sixth. DHX, he's another one who's lost a lot of time in the pit stop staying out the extra lap. He's in seventh now. Paddy McSir, he's got back up to the pack, so Paddy McSir will be happy with that. Unfortunately, the only one who won't be is Mac. He's in the points. Just keep it to the end, keep it on the black stuff, Mac, and you've got some points. But he's not going to be happy with that. That he managed to get within from 50 seconds down to 20, and then the safety car came in.
Yeah,
so we're still on board with Jax at the moment. He's going through the castle section. It's a good exit. He's got a second on Josh at the moment. I had a really good battle with Josh yesterday through here. James McSir following him through, and Tomo just behind him. Got the front four, the front five, all within a second of each other, and then there's a little gap to Ollie. I know Ollie's been trying out some new things on his settings. I think he's taken off the traction control and the braking assist and stuff like that. I know he's having a brand new setup. Whoa! There you go. Commentator's curse.
Damage.
I said, yeah. Ollie's out. The dynamic kill zone went straight into the wall. It was awful turning from him. So what's happened now? DHX is his teammate. Is saying, "Let me pass, mate. Let me go. I'm fresh." There's no point Killzone holding him up, so DHX is going to go straight past him.
Well, no,
sorry, not DHX.
Yeah,
Paddy McSir is behind DHX. Sorry, yeah, I'm looking at the wrong person.
DHX has got the damage. He's got damage on his right wing.
Yeah. So I got confused because I thought it was Killzone went into a wall. Then I saw Ollie smash straight up behind him, but Killzone's jumped into the pits, and so's DHX. Have tried them boys. Have had an absolute nightmare start there, but that brings Mac back into play. Mac can get a few points if he gets out in time. DHX is going to be held in the pits. We'll go back to the front runners. If you can keep an eye on what happens on the pit stop, Ricky.
Yeah,
Stay with Jax at the moment.
Dynamics had a bad wing, so I didn't see any damage. So
didn't even see it. Safety car.
Oh,
safety car's out. Yeah.
Max just dropped up to sixth.
Massive. So, see, what I would have done, I would have tried to have been a bit clever there. I might have gone on the softs if I was Mac. I would have gone on the softs then, and I would have been caught up. Everyone else has to. Well, let's see if everyone else goes in the pits or if no one wants to risk it.
I can't believe we've got 8 people left gone. 8 drivers left.
Nearly half the grid's gone.
Absolute madness. No rain. It's not even.
To be honest with you, to be honest with you, we've got this and Hungary, I believe, is next. I thought Hungary was going to be the one that people struggled on with the penalties and everything. I thought Azerbaijan would be okay.
It's crazy how they're so different though. Like you've got this Azerbaijan's just loads of corners and tight angles, but Hungary's going to be completely different.
And straight lines.
So hopefully.
I think that's just what people are misjudging is that it's a long straight. And they just miss time in the braking zones, and they just fly like. Oh, we just saw Ollie there. He had so much pace, and I was just saying he's trying a different setup. I don't know if the car just got away from him, or he broke wrong, or he hit the curb. Just didn't brake. He was going at least 30 miles an hour too quick to get round that corner, or maybe more.
Couldn't take his fingers stuck in the accelerator.
Yeah, maybe he had the Henry's wet wheels on from Vietnam. I don't know, it was just a really weird crash there from Ollie. It's kind of, it's a shame because the first few laps are really good. We've had half the field nearly crashing out or DNFing.
The only good thing is it means we've got less people to look at, which is...
yeah, hopefully we don't miss any overtake. So we've got the top 6 are all within each other. Sorry, the top 5 are all caught up now. Max only 2 seconds. It's the safety cars come in at the right time for Mac. Not come in, but come out at the right time for Mac because he was nearly a minute behind. He's had 2 safety cars, and now he's sitting there going, "Finally, I'm going to race someone again."
But
he's now back on the back of the train.
Hopefully, he's put his car in lean, and he's hopefully his medium tyres on. it's still fresh. So hopefully you can put a bit of
I'm
a
not sure
challenge
if you
on.
can change the fuel mix on the
You can't change
F2
them on this,
cars.
no? Oh,
I
right,
think you
okay.
only get DRS on the F2 cars. Yeah, I don't think it's as
My
intricate as
apologies.
the F1. I'm not sure, but I mean, you're right. If you can get it on lean, they don't have the ERS battery either, so you'd get it on medium and not overtake anyone under the safety car because that'd be a bit stupid. But let's just go back to DHX. Lonely figure at the moment, down sat in 8th place, flying up the back straight. You'd think he was leading this race with no one behind him or in front of him, but unfortunately, he's struggling to catch up to the safety car at the moment. What tyres is he on? Is he on Is he gone on the hards?
Who's that?
No, he's on the mediums. No, he's
Yeah, I
still
think
on the
everyone's
mediums.
still
So
on
it's
mediums.
just looked like he was wearing. Yeah, he was wearing white tyres. Yeah, he's just wearing them round, mate. he's on his hands and knees like a transformer with his wheels coming out of his hands.
That'd be
So,
a good race to see, to be fair.
Yeah. So everyone's caught up now. We're just waiting on DHX, 20 seconds, but I think he should get there unless the safety car should go in early, really. I think everyone's ready to go. It's just DHX is going to lose out here.
I think we've had, because obviously so many people have gone out, we've had probably 5, 6, maybe 7 laps of yellow
Safety
flags.
car now.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
unfortunately to everyone on the stream, it's not that exciting. There's a lot of crashing and stuff, but not loads of overtaking.
I'm just DHX down to 13 seconds. So I'm just sitting on board with Tomo now. I just want to see what's happening with if Jax is going to back up the pack or if the safety car. I haven't seen if he's saying the safety car's coming in yet. By the way they're all going, he's going to go for another lap, which might be like the 7th or 8th lap round. But anyway, that brings DHX back into play. So it's literally going to be an 8-car shootout. They're all going to be within the DRS of each other, but we'll have to wait 2 laps. That's the only thing. The only saving grace for Jax and Jamesy. Oh, Jamesy, what are you doing? He's not been paying attention. Oh,
You've got to press start in these
caught it.
situations. You've got to press start.
Yeah, he wasn't watching. He obviously wasn't paying attention. He's pressed start now. He must have heard you, but the safety car broke. The guys in first and second broke, and he just did not react quick enough. And went straight into the back of Josh, and he's picked up a bit of wing damage and a 5-second penalty. So that's going to really hinder him. And unless he pits and tries to, sort the damage out, which I think is. No, I think the safety car will come in. I don't think he will get the chance. But in terms of car performance, from what I can see, everyone is going to have a fresh car now. No damage, fresh tyres, except him. And the guy we said to watch out for, maybe we cursed him.
Yeah.
But the guy we were saying look out for is now the one who's going to be struggling the most. And do you know what? I'm not blaming it all on this because obviously we started and got another safety car. But I said to you when they all started going into the pits that he should go in.
Yeah, he didn't.
And he stayed out.
Yeah,
and Tomo stayed out. Tomo has benefited from it, really. Like they've both lost positions. Don't get me wrong, but Tomo, from what I can tell, is going to be moving up into third pretty sharpish, I would have thought, to hold the tap machine's hand again. And James, he's lost 2 positions under the safety car, under the pit stops, and now he's got damage, and he's going to be absolutely fuming.
Not mentioned Jack Socon. We've not mentioned him. He's
I know, and I don't want to because I'm trying to stay away from him, so we don't commentators curse him because
I'm going
he's
to do
in
a
an
little
absolutely
curse.
brilliant position.
Do a little curse. Jax is doing brilliant. He's doing brilliant.
Jax hasn't made a single mistake yet. Safety car in his lap. So DHX is loving this now because he's literally gone right. Well, he's gained. So we've literally got an 8-car shootout. Jax backs everyone up. We'll go on board with Jax so we can see the on-board shot. He's letting the safety car go. He's trying to back everyone up slowly. The only saving grace that these guys have is the fact that there's no DRS in the first 2 laps, so he's letting the safety car go. He's still having to ease off a bit as well. He's backed up. He's backing them all up and slowing them all down. Yeah, and he's got to watch out because unless he's made a mistake there, is Josh going straight up the inside? No, he's timed it well. He's got a good exit. Josh has been forced to the inside, trying to have a look. James McSur's gone straight up the outside of Josh, but Josh has the inside. He holds the inside line, takes the position, and
racing.
Tomo gets a good exit. Tomo's going side by side now. He has to slot in behind Jamesy. James is showing a lot of pace even though he's got front wing damage. Don't forget he's got that 5-second penalty.
Yeah.
So we're just on board with Tomo.
If I was Tomo, I wouldn't rush it. Wouldn't rush it. He knows it well.
Yeah.
You can see on the screen he's got the 5 seconds, so keep his position.
Well, no, don't forget. Only we can see that in the car. It doesn't come up when people have penalties, does it? He doesn't know what penalties have got unless he's been told by his engineer.
I'll get on the phone
Unless
to him.
Jeff is on the corner, but yeah. Josh is literally forcing Jack through right now. We're just going board with him as they're coming through the castle section. But everyone's just, I think they're taking it a bit easy. They're thinking, look, we've got 4 laps. Let's not do anything stupid coming through the castle section. Everyone's within a second of each other. They're going to get in the DRS and it's just going to be a chaotic one. Oh, Josh has hit the wall.
Ooh.
He's hit the wall. I don't know if he's got any damage. He's gone complete. Oh, Jack's lost it. No, Jack! What are you doing? We've cast him! Jack! He's spun it. Oh no, so Josh has made a mistake as well. He's got damage, I think, on his front left. Jamesy's got no wing. Tomo's sitting there rubbing his hands together. Max made a mistake as well because Killzone and DHX have gone past him. Paddy McSur's got a track limit. DHX has gone past Paddy McSur. So yeah. So, out of all that, the Trident guys are back into 4th and 5th. Sorry to cut you off there, Ricky. We'll go back to Jamesy McSur. He's got damage. I think Josh has damage as well. They're both nearly hitting the wall. Jamesy McSur's literally right up behind Takushi, but there's no DRS. But he doesn't need DRS. Look at the pace. And what this is doing is bringing Tomo into play. Josh is squeezing. They're squeezing side by side. Good driving there. And look at Tomo come in. Tomo up the inside, Josh holds on to the inside, forces Jamesy wide, takes the inside line. Tomo takes the inside line on James McSur, sorry, and he gets him. Great driving there from the teammates, from the brothers. Tomo up into second. Killzone and DHX are sitting there waiting to pick up the scraps as Paddy McSur hits the wall in the background again. James McSur's fighting a losing battle here because he's basically against 2 teams of 2, isn't he? He's got Trident of the dynamic and oh, there you go. Killzone has smashed his front wing. I'm not going to say anything. Might as well just not speak.
Commentary.
Go back to Tomo and Josh. Now, this is where it comes down to mistakes. We said this is good. If something happens now, we know this is crap. Josh cuts the corner there. He might have picked up a warning. We said how good Tomo was at not making mistakes and being consistent, picking up cheap penalties. He's got so much more grip than Josh because I think Josh is. Exactly on this section of track here, we was on board with him. He went there and caught the left-hand side of the wall. He's so slow through the castle section. Tomo's sitting there, and realistically, he should be on the radio to his engineer saying, "Get him out of the way and let me go." And he can hold up James McSur. It's in the DRS zone. Anyone can still overtake anyone here.
He's front 3.
Tomo's in the best position. Good. Under braking, all of them. How they haven't made any contact there. We'll just go on board with Jamesy because he's got the best view in the house. Is he going to go up the inside? No. He backs out. Tomo stays wide, but Tomo gets a nice exit out of the fast corner. So does James. James McSur within 1/10 of him. Jamesy and Tap Machine have to back off there. Tomo doesn't because he's got the grip. We go on board with Tomo. Sorry, we've gone the wrong way. We go on board with Tomo, who's literally pushing Josh through. Don't damage each other, boys. It's good points from the constructors for both of you. You're squeezing each other into the wall. What are you guys doing? Now Jamesy McSur's watching this. DRS enabled. Tap Machine's coming across and he's squeezed his brother Tomo into the wall. Tomo's got the fastest car out of all of them because he's not got any damage. We'll go back to the, we won't go on board. We'll quickly run through everyone again. Killzone has still somehow stayed in 4th place, even though he went flying into the wall. Tomo's got DRS now, by the way, and he's absolutely flying up the inside of Josh. Josh has backed off, he's let him go. Good, there you go. So he's finally said, you go. And James McSur, what a move that was from James McSur. Did you see that up the inside of Josh? Josh is going to have the insider again.
Brilliant racing.
Yeah, good racing from all of them. I'm trying my best to give everyone the best camera angles to watch there. These guys are really putting out the stops. Now, realistically, Tomo should pull away from these guys now. If he doesn't make any mistakes, I don't want to jinx him again, so sorry if anything happens to Tomo. He's got the front wing, and he's got the downforce and the traction. The other guys, look, they're having to corner cut and to take curb to try and get a good exit and stuff. Don't want to make any mistakes with the castle section. There's no point. You guys are still getting top 3 at the moment as it stands, and you're getting good points. Tap Machine goes wide. Tomo still holds on to the lead. Jamesy's still there, but this is where it's going to be interesting, Rick. If we go on board with Jamesy, we'll just watch them as they come into the straight. We can see Paddy McSur's called right up to the back of the HX as Jamesy's hit the wall. Yeah, so he might have just missed himself there. Is he going to still get the DRS? That's the interesting thing. Josh has got another good exit. So we're going to stay with Jamesy at the moment as they get into the DRS zone, because this is where you will see the straight line speed. Tap Machine, Tomo's gone really wide there, and Jamesy's got an excellent run on both of them, so we'll stay on board with Jamesy. Oh, 3 wide, Josh is hitting. Tomo's been done, they've both been done, but now Josh has the pace on Tomo. So Tomo's been done by both of them, has backed out early. Last lap. It's going to be a last lap shootout from everyone here. We'll just quickly cut down to Paddy McSur, who's great overtake on DHX on the inside there on the back straight. We'll go back to the front three as this is an excellent race. Tomo's just sitting there now. Tomo's going to be doing what James did. Jamesy got such a good exit out of the last corner coming onto the back straight. Tomo went wide. Josh basically had nowhere to go and followed him. Jamesy's taken that corner awfully. Jamesy's into the wall and is ghosted. So now it's Josh's turn to go through, and no one wants to take control of this race, Rick. They're all sitting there. There's so much pressure on all of them that they're all slightly making mistakes.
They're all looking at their mirrors here.
James McSur up the inside. Tomo does well to hold out the position. Yeah, that's exactly it. They're too busy. Instead of looking in front of them, I mean, they're doing the right thing. They don't want to do anything stupid, do they? Tomo's absolutely flying in sector 2. Oh, Josh has picked up a 3-second penalty. I told you he's been cutting that corner the last few times. It's all about how you take this corner through here. Josh has taken a nice run. So's Tomo. So's James. Jamesy's right up the back behind both of them. We'll sit on board with Jamesy as he can see everyone. It's a shootout, Rick. It's literally going to be a shootout into the line. Tomo's 8 tenths behind. Oh, Jamesy's out. He's not out. Wow, he's out of the DRS unless there's another mistake from one of the guys at the front. He's hit the wall coming in, so we'll go on board with Tomo quickly. It's Tomo's race to lose. He needs to have a good corner here. Josh has had an absolute awful one. Jamesy's gone wide. It's Tomo's race to win. We know Josh has got a penalty. Just get a good exit out of the corner. Maybe he's thinking don't risk it on the track because he's going to do him on penalties. Yeah, he doesn't look like he wants to do him on the track. So we're coming up to the line. So after a really boring race under the safety car, it absolutely exploded to life at the end there. Josh comes over the finish line in first. Tomo wins with penalties. Jamesy comes in third. Killzone gets his first podium because of the penalty from James. So we'll just quickly go on board with Paddy McSur and DHX and see where these guys end up. Paddy McSur 5th. DHX gets 5th because Paddy McSur ended up with the penalty. And what a shame for Jax.
I've got to say, Paddy McSur has done so well. He's got no front wing. I don't know how he got past DHX. He's got no front wing. But obviously the penalties of not having a front wing and cutting corners is going to affect him. I can only apologise to Jax, but that's completely unlucky.
Mate, commentator's curse is a myth. That wasn't anything to do with us. But that's mate, he's going to be fuming. It was his race to lose, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was his race to lose.
What a race in the end. It was
Paddy McSur, driver of the day. He's got that because they've said he might as well have not had any wheels or a steering wheel or anything because he had no downforce. He's not had the front wing.
He's done so well.
He's been into the pits 3 times. But he picks up a valuable point. Congratulations, Tomo. And that's 2 races in a row. One in F1 and one in F2 now, where he's picked up a first place under penalties because he's being consistent. So we'll quickly run through the... wasn't many penalties, to be fair, but we'll run through the table. Hollowboy, Parsons, Hadouken, Table, Stocky, and Ollie all DNF him. Wasn't a great race for the DNFs. Mac didn't have the best of races. In 8th place, Jack, he could have been such an easy podium for him, but he made the mistake coming out the castle section. 7th place, Paddy McSur 6th, DHX 16 in 5th. I don't know if he'll be upset or happy with that. James McSur, the fastest lap, he picks up another point. 4th place, loses the podium because of he's in his usual place, Ricky, in 4th. We know he's normally there.
He likes
Killzone with his first ever podium. He 2-stopped, and because everyone going crazy. Tap Machine, he had that one penalty. Look, if you look, he got the penalty on the last lap because he was going into the castle section. That's what's cost him this win here. Tomo, again, congratulations, Tomo.
Say fair play to the people
So-
who pitted once gone. Tomo,
Yeah.
Tap Machine, James and McSur, and Jax. And well, Ollie was out, but the one pit just shows poor old Mac with 4 pits. Mac saw his engineers more than he saw the racetrack, unfortunately.
Yeah. Poor Mac. But that's the thing is around Azerbaijan is if you just make one mistake, especially in F2, and you get a bit of damage, it's...
Just a report on Jax has put in the chat. Can't believe he's bottled it. So live reactions from Jax there. It's unfortunate.
Right, so just quickly, I'm going to try and... Gonna just try and get a couple of people into the party here just to see if we can chat to them just about that race. Just quickly, we're gonna try something new, guys, so bear with us. I know some of the lads have said, "Oh, they don't want to do interviews because they're scared. They don't know what I'm going to ask them." Well, we'll invite them, see if they join. If they don't join, then someone's joined straight away. So, Tomo, if you can hear us, can you? We're live, so no swearing, mate. Can you add your audio, please?
It's added, mate. It's added.
Yeah. Killzone, if you could, no swearing, please, mate. But can you add your audio, please? I don't know if Josh is going to come in, but we'll start with you, Killzone, if you've added your audio. Josh, congratulations. No swearing. Can you add your audio, please?
Yeah.
Yeah. Killzone, you in?
Yeah.
So, Killzone, first podium. Bit of a crazy race. You've got in on penalties after Jamesy's 5-second penalty. How did you find the race, mate?
Yeah, well, I was practicing earlier today and nearly bottled it with me and my teammate just messing it all up, going into the pits at the same time, and he went into the back of me. But I'm just happy that I didn't think he had a penalty, and when I found out I came third, I was actually just buzzing.
Yeah, we watched the last couple of laps then, and we literally watched you coming out of the castle section, going onto the quick left before the straight, and you just went flying into the right-hand wall, and then it looked like he followed you into the wall as well, and then there was something with Ollie happening as well. It just looked like all of you just sort of didn't have any brakes or anything. But anyway, third place, you got your podium. Did you expect more, or was you happy with that?
I was happy with that. I didn't actually think I'd come in top 3. I thought my teammate would finish above me, but he didn't.
Good stuff. All right. Thank you, Killzone.
Cheers.
Congratulations. We'll come to second place. Josh, we was watching that battle at the end. You and your brother, as we've said so many times, we know you're holding hands as you go around, but that was literally stupidly close. There was a couple of times where you were going down that back straight and you looked like you was pushing him into the wall. We was watching the race and you picked up the corner cutting penalty going through the castle section, and that's basically what's given Tomo the win. So what's your thoughts on that race there, Josh?
I'm gutted I didn't get a win, mate. I wanted to win. But I'll be going for it next race.
You definitely had the pace. You made the right decision going into the pits with Jax, and you overtook Jamesy in the pit stops. But what was it? Was it just purely the safety car and then the DRS that you couldn't get out of that caused the problem, or was it just a driver error or something like that?
No, I had damage.
Oh, so that was after the safety car, so you had damage and that's what happened. You just couldn't pull a second. All right, okay. All right, well, congratulations, Josh. We'll be quick because they're starting the second race now. We'll come to the race winner, Tomo. 2 races in a row, once in F1, once in F2, and you've done it from... Sorry, Josh, could you mute yourself? Sorry, we were just echoing. You've done it twice now where you've won on penalties. So how are you feeling after that one?
Well, first
Tomo?
of all, congratulations to the boys who got podium with me.
Yeah.
Like you say, as you said to Josh when we were going down the home straight, I was bottling it, mate. I thought it was going to have me. I thought it was going to cause the race just to be ended, mate. I was absolutely, just cacking it.
Yeah, you'll see on the stream, we caught it very, very nicely on the cameras, so you'll see. we won't keep you long because I know qualifying starting there. But 2 races in a row, you've done it through penalties. Consistency is key, no?
Like I say, I knew people were going to push. I knew people were going to push for the win, so I was just keeping it nice and safe, you know, just following the cars behind that was in front of me. I'm just taking it safe, mate. Just taking it nice and safe.
And
like you say,
just
I
finally,
picked up no penalties, and I got the win.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And finally, just before you go, you obviously had F1 and you did Hungary, these 2 tracks yesterday.
Yeah.
What are you feeling for Hungary, mate?
I'm feeling confident for Hungary. Like I say, yesterday I got P5, was it, in F1? So I'm pretty
I
confident.
think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty
He's
confident.
feeling
mate.
hungry in Hungary.
Yeah,
That's it.
good banter.
That's it.
Anyway, good luck, Tomo.
Right, Tomo,
Sorry,
good
mate.
luck,
We
well
know
done.
the session's just starting. Good luck, mate.
Thank you, boys. Thank you.
So, Donksy, we've probably really messed
best
up
joke. The
Tomo's
best
start
joke
there.
of,
but
with the best joke though, we've saved the streak.
that was almost as cringe as Thomas Muller's joke in the in the
Yeah,
press conference.
that was.
We've got Lewandowski, and then there was just silence. But anyway, we're in Hungary, so it's good to talk to the drivers. It's something new we're trying. This is where, so look, already Josh, we've just seen him there. He's gone wide. Yeah, he's retired because this is where in F1 everyone was getting bought out. The penalties are so nasty around here. Qualifying, if you can put up a half decent qualifying lap, more than likely you're going to be in the top 3. Look how many people are not in, are backing out because they're getting track limits. Already had Stocky, Henry, DHX Tap Machine. So Joe Feely's in this race as well, Ricky. We've got Joe Feely back in. We've
Yeah,
got
a couple
Henry
of new races in. A couple of well,
Yeah.
not new races, but people have joined for the second race.
Yeah, some people were busy. So we're still on board. We're currently, it's always on Tomo for some reason, my screen. We'll quickly go to the guys at the front if the game lets me. We're currently looking at Jax, who's going to want to get revenge or avenge himself. Comes around the final corner, don't exceed the track limits, Jack. Goes across the line. What a lap that was. He's nearly
Brilliant,
a second
yeah.
quicker. Yeah, congratulations, Jack. It just shows he's got the pace. He just made that one error in Azerbaijan. But another podium, another pole for Jax. Sorry, he came second, didn't he?
Yeah, he's got the pace.
He's clearly got. He must have been practicing a bit because he, from the first few sessions, he looks a different driver. Quickly run through the. Yeah, sorry, Tomo. He had to just do that whole lot of us talking and putting him off. But we'll go through the. Yeah, the results. Josh, DHX, Henry, Stocky tables not setting a time. Dynamic Kills in 11th, Mack in 10th, Hadouken in 9th, Parsons 8th, Paddy McSir in 7th, Tomo in 6th, Hollaboy, what a result that is, in 5th, Ollie in 4th, so the BWT Ardens, our sister teams, Rick.
Yeah,
doing really well in 5th and 4th there. Joe Feely into the first race of the night for him, and he says straight away, don't forget about me, guys. And he's gutted because I know he was available for the first game. He got an invite and the game lagged him out. So unlucky, Joe. But he's come into 3rd place there.
Make the points up here.
James McSir in 2nd. And as we said, Jax takes pole. As we said as well, you probably saw there that it said 4 points for Jax. That's not the case. We're just doing it same like F1 rules, which will be top 10, fastest lap, and driver of the day. So, Rick, after all those driver interviews, who's most confident coming into this?
Well, I think after that qualifying, it's Jax. I would have thought he'd have been a bit pissed off with himself making that mistake in Azerbaijan. So hopefully he can redeem himself here. But as we said, we just got off the stream with Tomo, Tap Machine, and Dynamic, and they've all got the pace as well. So it's going to be interesting. I think Jamesy McSur's still going to be the favourite here. I think he's got. We know what he's capable of, and also obviously Jack's.
It's all going to be the chaos going into the first corner, isn't it?
Yeah.
2 red lights,
Inside
3
line.
red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go. There wasn't a jump start this time. We're watching James and Jax go side by side into the first corner. Great start from Joe. He dives up the inside, and Ollie dives up the inside as well. And whoa, that was a big lag spike. I just saw a Campos go flying up the inside there, and then he lagged back about 4 places. Jack holds into first. Joe Feely has taken James McFur into the first corner, and there's a safety car. Stocky's got damage, I think. Max lost a position. DXS has lost position. Everyone's picking up penalties now. Look, it's chaos. It's chaos. It's chaos. What's going on?
Stocky's been so unlucky, isn't he? He's been so unlucky.
Paddy's got damage. Hollowboy was 5th and he's down in last. What's happened? Tables is retired. He's out the race. What did you see what happened there? Because we were so busy watching the first 4 go around the first corner, it literally just said there was a safety car and then everyone started hitting each other.
No, I didn't see, unfortunately. I was watching the top 3
Paddy
there.
McSur's got damage and he's just had contact with Henry when they've got no front wing. Henry's got no front wing. What happened to Hollowboy? Maybe it was him. No, well, I think it's Tables that's caused the safety car. But how has Hollowboy gone from 5th place to last on the first corner? He must have had contact.
He must have.
So, Ricky, we go straight back into the old question I ask you, because we've got our, first lap safety car. Who pits now? Anyone try and go on the hard? Just a long stint.
Well, we've got 18 laps, so it's 19 laps. So.
Jack stays out. So does Joe. So does James. So does Ollie. So does Tomo.
I think there's going to be another safety car.
Out.
I think there's going to be another safety car. There's a lot of drivers hoping there's going to be another one, so they can hopefully get a couple of laps under this on the softs and change onto potentially mediums or hards. But
the Jason's jumped back up, and as Hollowboy, it doesn't look like he's got any damage. Maybe he just went wide and let all the chaos unfold, and he gave up the positions just to not get taken out. But we've got Tables out of the race, and 4 people have dived into the pit. Mac again has had to dive into the pit on the first lap because he was the same in Azerbaijan. Parsons as well. Parsons was out at this stage in Azerbaijan, so we'll quickly just go. If I'm looking, Tap Machine's had the front wing change. I think Mac has. I'm looking at Henry.
still on the wets.
Yeah, Henry's gone on the inters. Yeah, poor Henry. That's just going to be what he's known for now, isn't it? He's going to put on the wrong tyre compound. Bless him. But no, they've gone on the mediums, so they're not going to last the whole time.
No.
If they are, it's going to have to really, really look after. I think they all had damage. That's why they've all come in. They've all risked it. So 1st to 11th place stayed out. We'll go through everyone quickly and just see if anyone's got any damage. But Jax looks okay. Touch wood. Don't want to commentator's curse. Sorry if it does it, boys. Joe looks okay. James McSur looks okay. Ollie up into 4th looks okay. Tomo looks okay. Hadouken's had a good start, to be fair. It just shows. I think Hadouken's had a bit of bad luck in the last couple of races, hasn't he? So at the moment, the way he's going is he's sitting in 6th comfortably. Stays out of the drama, and he's not got bad points, has he? Stocky's in 7th. So Stocky's a weird one, because on my screen, I don't know if there was a, just a glitch or something. Stocky shot down to about 14th, and he's somehow back in 7th. So I'm not sure if that was just a mistake or what happened there. We'll look at Killzone. Killzone's had a good start. Tables is the position. Killzone's what position did Killzone start? Was he not quite low? I can't remember.
I'll check for you 1 second.
Yeah.
Killzone
You could tell
started. He was 11th, so he's dropped down to. He's moved up to 8th. So
gone up to 8th. And what about DHX? Was he near the bottom?
he was 15th and he's
In the
moved
back.
up to 9th. So he's lovely.
So yeah, so them guys are going to be laughing. Paddy McSur, we can't tell. We get some nice camera shots, and then sometimes they just show me the bottom. Like, you might as well show me the underneath of the car. We can't see anything.
Yeah, the big one, Con, is Hadouken. He's gone from 9th to 6th, which he'll be delighted about.
Big points. Big points. But now,
Early on
what
the
everyone
race,
should be
though.
doing is, if anyone is somehow listening, because I know we get thousands and millions of people listening, but pause the car under the safety car, guys. Let's not get any silly penalties like we did in Italy or whatever race it was, I can't remember now, but with Vietnam, one of them where it was just chaotic. But everyone pause, just let the car go round. Everyone's nearly back and formed up now. So Mac, Parsons, Tap Machine and Henry have caught up. Safety car in this lap. So Rick, you keep an eye on all the drama at the back end. I'm going to jump back to on board with Jax, Joe and Jamesy.
So hopefully see the start.
Jax is backing everyone up. He's letting the safety car pull away. Doesn't want to go too early and give Joe a chance to go with him. He wants to time it as Joe's braking. He wants to accelerate away and get a jump.
Be interesting
There you
to
go,
see what
just like that.
Tap Machine can do as well. Kind of sitting in 14th when it restarts here.
Going to be fresh. So Jax jumped straight away. Green flags. He's caught Joe sleeping a little bit, and James and McSur's come straight up the inside. Now he thinks better of it, but that's a really good restart from Jack. As there's contact between Joe and James, and Ollie's jumped up the inside of James and McSur. He's managed to hold it, but there's a bit of contact, and Ollie is now jumped up into P3. He wants to redeem himself after the last few races he's had, because we know he's got the pace, and like I said, he's just got the drive at Ferrari, so he's going to try and show everyone why. But Ricky, as we said, we saw in F1, this corner here especially, you can pick up easy penalties.
You can do. Jason, very, very aggressive in that there. I think Tap Machine's lost out there.
Try and stay on board, but as we've obviously just had the restart, if there's any we missed, we apologise. So we know Ollie's taken James McSur there. James McSur and Hadouken. Oh, and there's Dynamic Kill Zone. Paddy McSur's gone past him. Henry's picked up a 3-second penalty. What a move by Paddy McSur if that's not an illegal overtake. He's jumped over the curb, essentially mounting the curbs, and he's gone past, I think he's gone past Kill Zone there. What a move that was if it's legal, because it looked a bit suspicious. Yeah. It looked a bit suspicious. As James McSur dives straight up the inside of Ollie again. He's taking the position back.
Dynamic's just driven straight in the back of Paddy McSur and lost 2 places.
Yeah, I've seen that. He's got no front wing. Max jumped straight past him as well as the DHX. So, is that the safety car or is there one more lap? Safety car. Is DRS enabled? Jack sets the fastest lap. He's outside of the DRS anyway. So, he's had the perfect start. Just needs to keep it on the track. We'll watch Mac, who's right up behind DHX at the moment. He's got a good exit. He goes up the inside, but Mac's on the medium tyres. So, Mac's already pitted, hasn't he? And War is nearly... See, that just looked like he threw the car into the side of him. But he's had... There's obviously a lag spike. DHX has gone wide and he's lost so many positions. We're not sure if that was actually contact or if it's just lag. DHX has gone down to 11th, Parsons up to 9th, Mack in 8th.
2 brothers.
And they're
14th,
literally following him.
13th and 15th, 13th and 14th, sorry, just moved up. What's happened to Tomo? Started on the grid 6th.
We've missed it. Yeah, we've missed it. I know Tap Machine's had the pit stop, but Tomo hasn't. So we'll go back on board with Jamesy because that's the closest battle for the highest point. Sorry, Parsons. Paddy McSur's done Parsons, yeah. Mac again, he's having a terrible time, isn't he?
He's come on back on the track. Don't know if he's got damage. Green flags.
So this is where I really, if people are listening, I keep saying it like, people are listening to me. If you can keep the car on the track, and you don't get penalties, this will be a track where you can make a lot of positions up at the end if you keep it clean. Stocky picks up a 3-second penalty, just as we say it. See, it's just going to happen all over. James McSur's got a really, really good exit on Joe Feely there. Joe Feely's feeling the pressure. He's feely the pressure.
Right, Con, I think you need to go on Tap Machine. Because Tap Machine's right up on the ball here.
I'm just staying on board with James McSur because he's got the DRS into the first corner at the moment. He goes up the inside,
goes wide.
Takes the inside line, and he takes second place with Joe Feely, squeezes him off the track. Joe Feely comes back on. Good move by Jamesy there. So Jamesy holds on to the position. Ollie's just fallen off the pace, and so is Hadouken, and you can see the pace there. And we'll go back to Tap Machine. Yeah, he's gone. It's good good swing back, switch back from Hollowboy there. And look at them, 3 wide. Hollowboy, Tap Machine, and Tomo. The brothers are fighting each other hard again. Josh goes up the inside of Hollowboy. Hollowboy's going to have the inside line. Is he going to ease off or? Good driving for both of them. Hollowboy keeps it in. Now Tomo's going to be going straight up behind him. Rick, if you could just take over for 1 second, I need to get my batteries.
Jason goes across the grass there. Must have picked up a warning there. As
he spun it. He spun it. Oh no!
Unfortunately,
and he's collected Henry as well. I think it was Henry smashed straight into him. And that's a virtual safety car. So that's so easy for the car to spin. What happens is you're turning so quick whilst accelerating, you touch the curb and the back just swings out on you. And it just... And whilst this is all happening, I'm sorry everyone who's trying to see it, James McSur's down in 7th. So
What has happened to him?
Him and Joe Feely were battling. Ollie's now up into third. And Jamesy's got to have a hard battle going up against Paddy McSir, Stocky and Hadouken to get back in. Jax has thought this is a perfect time to have a pit stop, and so is Joe Feely because they're under the virtual safety car, aren't they? So everyone's going a lot slower.
Jax has left the session. He's just pitted and left the session. It must have been lagged out.
That's so harsh if it is. If it is, that's so harsh after what's happened. James McSir straight up the inside of Paddy McSir going into into the first corner. Good move by Jamesy there. We missed it, but we sort of could take. That's where he took Joe Feely on the previous lap. He likes it into the sector 1 there. We just stay on board with Stocky as he's literally pushing Hadouken, who's jumped up into second place now. He's pushing Hadouken up the hill and into this left-hander. This is where Hollowboy spun it. So just keep it on the track here, guys. Don't touch that curb and your car won't spin out on you. So everyone's just pushing each other through there. We've got Stocky pushing Hadouken through. Dynamic Kill Zone pushing Parsons through. Tap Machine picks up penalties. So Tomo and Tap Machine are still side by side. They both said they were confident. They wanted to redeem themselves. Josh said he wanted to redeem himself. Tomo said he felt confident. I guess they're not doing bad at the moment. If there's another safety car, they're going to be. Tomo gets a free pit stop, and Josh doesn't need to pit again, does he? We'll go back to the guys at the front quickly. Killzone's going into the slow left-hander, but we'll go into Stocky as Ollie goes into the pits and James McSir goes into the pits. So Hadouken stays out. He's now going to have net P1. Stocky's going to get DRS. He opens up the DRS and he's going to be absolutely fine. There's a yellow flag in sector 2 if you can find out what's happened there, Rick. Maybe it's just not sure. Hadouken.
No, it looks like someone's just possibly just spun out and rejoined the track.
Hadouken switches over. Stocky tries to go out the inside of him. This is good, clean racing from both of them. It's hard, but what this is doing is it's holding themselves up, which means all the guys that have currently pitted is. Oh, look, Stocky's literally pushing him up the hill. What this is doing is all the guys who have pitted, Jamesy McSir and Jax and everyone like that, they're going to have so much extra time unless they come out in traffic because these guys are fighting. What they need to do right now is stop fighting and push as hard as they can, working together, so they can try and get an overcut because the guys who have pitted before, they've got the undercut on them. Normally the undercut is faster. So after the pit stops as well, Tap Machine 5th, Tomo 6th. Ollie's come back out in 7th place. So Ollie's got the jump on Jax. See what I mean? Ollie's jumped Jax in the pit stops there. Has Jax come back in or is he still the computer? If you could double check, if you can find that way.
I think he's the computer. I think he's the computer. Once you leave.
Such a shame if that's the case.
Once you leave, it's tough to get back in. So it's very unfortunate.
Can you see if, just by chance, if you go to recent players, can you invite him in? I know Stocky normally is the one who has to do it. Hadouken dives into the pits, so does Stocky. So if you can go to recent players, does it let you invite him? Just potentially, I don't think it will. It might just be the party host. Killzone dives in, Tomo dives in. The Josh has pitted, if you remember. Parsons has stayed out again. That's a shame. Parsons has taken net P1. And what this means now is unless there's a safety car, Josh is second place, but he's got to get those tyres nearly 16, 17 laps.
He's on
penalty
me.
After
What's
penalty
he on?
after penalty.
What's Josh on?
Yeah, don't forget, he was in the first few people to pit, so he's got to get those mediums a long way. And Joe Feely's ignored a drive-through penalty. What's happened there? He's not realised he's had to take the penalty in 3 laps and he's been disqualified. That's such a shame. Another yellow flag going on here.
Joined the second race and been disqualified.
Mac and Stocky have had not sure what's going on there. Mac's saying it's overtaken Stocky, but they're nowhere near each other. So Stocky's jumped Hadouken. If we look in the pit stop, Hadouken must have had a penalty. Stocky was behind Hadouken whilst going into the penalties, whilst going into the pit stops. And Stocky's now come out ahead of him. So Hadouken's got Dynamic Kill Zone right behind him, Ollie right behind him, and Tomo's down in 11th. So I think Tomo might have pitted, if you can double check for me. So Tomo now is going to have a lot of pace, but he's down in 11th. And what that means is Parsons, I think. Actually, yeah, there you go. Parsons pit. So Killzone gets a penalty. Parsons has to pit, which means I'm pretty certain Josh has 10-second advantage now. He's got 10 seconds to hold on for 9 laps. A second a lap he can pretty much afford to give pace-wise. But those tyres are going to basically be falling off by the time he finishes this race.
Connor, so Tomo has made 1 stop. But what's saying on the screen right now is that Josh has done medium and medium. So Josh might have to pit softs. I don't know if that's a glitch in the game.
We think it's a glitch. If it's the same, we've seen this situation before. Paddy McSurr overtakes Parsons in the pit. Max gone back in the pit. We're just sitting on board with Stocky, who's gone past as well. We're sitting on board with Hadouken, who's got a nice little train hanging up behind him. And he's got Killzone, Ollie, and Tomo. And who's that coming out of the pit? Is that Parsons? Parsons is... Oh, there's damage. There's damage. Hadouken and Parsons have hit each other. Someone's done the front wing. Parsons has nearly lost it.
Held on to that.
Or it was Killzone. Killzone and Hadouken have hit each other, I think, because Parsons come out the pit stop there. Ollie's gone straight up the inside. It's absolute chaos. So Parsons has had a good pit stop. He needed to be maybe a second quicker and he would have avoided it with this. And what that's done is allowed Hadouken to go up the road a little bit further. Ollie's literally battling side by side. You don't want to be too wide into this corner. Very brave from Ollie. What a move. Killzone does well to leave him space. You don't want to go too wide into that corner because that would end up in absolute tears normally. We just stay on board with this at the moment then, Rick. Hadouken leading this train, 6th place. Ollie up into 7th. He's flying at the moment. Stocky with another penalty. Killzone sat in 8th place. Parsons in 9th and Tomo in 10th in the last points position as Parsons. Good move on the outside there. Killzone makes a mistake. I'm not sure if I think he's got damage on his. Yeah, he has. So it was Killzone who got the damage on hitting in the back of Hadouken. And no, Tomo's nearly forced him off the track. That was a little bit suspicious there. Killzone's got damage. So that's why Parsons and Tomo have been able to overtake him so easily, and Ollie. Now Ollie's chasing down Hadouken and he's going to have the DRS, so this is going to be, I think this might be quite easy. See how much Hadouken defends it, or if he just thinks, look, you go and we can just pull each other along as Parsons isn't in the DRS.
It's out of reach.
Yeah, but there's another DRS zone right here, so he's going to get a lot of pace coming into this left-hander. Ollie, we nearly lost. Yeah. And the gap at the front, staying at around 10 to 11 seconds. So the current pace from Tap Machine at the moment is really good. I hope it isn't the glitch again, because we have seen this a few times. It happened to Marley last night in the Azerbaijan race in the F1 league. It said he did the exact same strategy as Tap Machine. There was a safety car and he pitted early and it said he went mediums. And it has happened before in F2 with Hadouken himself, who we're currently watching fight Ollie, and it's happened to Coolmonk. So Henry picks up another penalty. I think it's a glitch, but you never know. I'm pretty certain he was on the softs, but we'll find out later. So Ollie again is literally. I think everyone should do this as a drinking game, and every time I say this statement, you have a shot. But he's literally pushing Hadouken along at the moment. He dives up the inside and he backs out, thinks better of it. But he's got so much better traction at the moment. Yeah, he's got so much better traction though. He just looks like he's got so much more grip and trust in the car. I know that sounds cliche, but he's just throwing the car around the corners. Hadouken seems very, very reserved. You look at Ollie there, look, he takes a tight line, gets a great exit, and he's literally going to be nearly alongside him before the DRS zone even opens. As he opens up his DRS on the wing, goes up the inside of him, easily done, squeezes Hadouken wide and takes P6, and now he can fly back to get on. Hollowboy overtakes Dynamic Killzone and taking the last point at the moment because Killzone's had to go into the pits. Now Hadouken's under pressure from Parsons. Parsons will want and needs a good race, doesn't he? Because he's had a bit of a messy couple of races so far. He needs to get on the board and pick up some good points. Ollie's already picked up nearly a 9 temps coming through this middle sector. Yeah, he's out of the DRS zone already, so we'll just go to Hadouken and Parsons quickly. Parsons, there you go. Commentator's curse. He goes wide, and Tomo rubs his hands together and says, "Easy. You leave the door open. I'm going to walk straight through it." So Tomo goes straight through up into 8th place. He's got the tyres and the He's got the tyres and speed now that he's going to be flying. He's going to be putting Hadouken under a lot of pressure. So, Rick, have you noticed anything?
It's been pretty quiet,
this
to be fair. It's been pretty quiet. We've got the 6th and 7th and 8th been battling. Hollerboy's made a position, but it's been pretty quiet. Dynamic has lost a lot of positions because of that damage.
Well, he's just pitted. That's why Hollerboy got the position. Just to cut you there, Rick. So Tomo's literally going to have the DRS on Hadouken, and he's going to try and do what Ollie just did on the back straight. We'll quickly watch this. If you look as well, James McSur's got right. Oh, there you go.
He's got 3
James
seconds.
McSur gets a penalty. Yeah. James McSur's got in the DRS zone of good move from Tomo. He's left space for Hadouken. Tap machine. Oh no! Don't do anything silly, Josh. You've got 9 seconds. Don't give away penalties. Tomo backed out of it. He thought he gave Hadouken the room. Up the inside of him. Paddy McSur picks up a 3-second penalty. But it's only a matter of time, I think, before Tomo does this and gets the position on Hadouken. But what this is doing is it's already allowing Ollie to fly up the road. Ollie's already 2.5 seconds up the road on this battle.
He's flying.
So we'll quickly cut to James McSur, who's he's picked up a lot of time on Jax. As he's coming for a ghosted car at the moment. I'm not exactly sure who that is. I think he's coming to lap Dynamic Kill Zone. If you're lapping someone with his pace, and you know you've had a pretty bad race, as Josh is coming to the pits, so you're right, and no, that is Jackie's overtaken. So why is of course, because Jack's not racing, is he?
No, he's not.
Oh right, so
yeah,
so I forgot about that. So yeah, so it just shows if he managed to get back in, he would have been so far ahead right now, probably. So he's still in second. Josh has pitted. He's had to pit again. You were right.
Yeah, he's going on the soft.
So it wasn't a glitch. Yeah, so he's gone on the soft. But where's it? So Paddy McSur's in the podium places now. Don't make any more mistakes, Paddy, because you've got yourself a podium at the moment. Stocky's up to 4th place. And Ollie takes Josh as well. So Josh is going to be really, really quick for this last.
Tomo and Josh together again. Be
what a surprise! So we'll go back to Tomo, who's literally side by side with Hadouken at the moment. And as we said, it's only a matter of time. And Hadouken defends it. I think Tomo's being very, very. Yeah, I think he's being very fair. I think he could have left the car there, but he's thinking, look, I'm diving you a bit late. I'm giving you a lot of space. So I don't think he's going to wait much longer, as Josh is coming out on really fast tyres. Tomo can't do it. As Hadouken's taken that curb, and he's lucky he didn't spin the car there. Josh is going to be absolutely flying. Tomo needs to get this move done this lap, basically. Just look at Josh. Josh has spun. Yeah, Josh has spun. The move wasn't on. He's retired from the session. The move wasn't on. He's gone up the inside of Tomo. Tomo literally on that corner. It's literally the only corner in the.
There's no room.
Yeah, it's the only corner in the track where you can't really do anything. So Mac's going to move up to 10th. Jason's sitting in 9th. Don't make any mistake, guys. You've got 23 seconds to 12th, and he's got about 12 seconds worth of penalties. You can get yourself some good points. Parsons is in 8th. And he's still not far off the back of this Tomo and Hadouken battle. He's still within a second and a half. So any more chaos in there, he could still be brought into play. But we'll watch Tomo again. Still anything really happening at the moment. He gets a really nice exit as Hadouken doesn't get one at all, and he's literally going to be side by side of him before the DRS zone. He opens it up, goes up the inside, he dives again, and he goes up the inside. Hadouken gives space again, but this is what I'm saying. Tomo, I think he's too. I don't want to say he needs to throw the car in there, but I think he's too passive. He needs to be a little bit more aggressive just to get the position, because Hadouken's going to do that all the time. And if he's not going to fly up the inside when the door's half open, I don't think he's gonna make any positions up.
He's struggling behind him, and then Parsons going to be pushing them too. So it's difficult. He needs to get past Hadouken.
So you can see how much quicker he is. He gets. Oh, there you go. There's the curb. There's the curb. The curb. I said I don't know if Tomo touched him or if Hadouken just lost it on the curb, but that is literally the curb. And look, Parsons has done the exact same as Josh.
Same curb.
He's come back on the track. Luckily, his ghosted didn't collect Hadouken there. But Tomo's literally had a bit of a reprimand. Is that the right saying? He's basically got past Hadouken. I'm not sure if there's actual contact. And then there's more contact behind as Tomo gets a 3-second penalty now. And he's now got 2 seconds worth of gap, so nothing to worry about. So we'll jump up to Stocky now. You know Stocky's got penalty, but he's the only one in the DRS zone at the moment. Paddy McSur's struggling. He's got 3 laps. This will all change on penalties at the moment. I feel so sorry for Jax. He's still only 3 seconds behind James, and I don't think he's even racing. We stay on board with Stocky at the moment. If you can just keep an eye out below, Rick, at the lower end.
Yeah, it's very quiet below.
Henry won't be far away from getting a disqualification, I think. He's really struggling. You can tell he's really struggling because he's picked up like 18 seconds worth of penalties. Stocky, don't throw it up there. Oh, he's done well. He's backed off of it. Oh, he's gone up the outside of him. And no! Paddy McSur's left the car in and spun. That was 50-50. I think Stocky had the position. He had the outside line and he was ahead. And Paddy McSur's accelerated again and he's come off worse, and what that's done is allowed Ollie to get up again into 4th place. So if Ollie's not made any mistakes, touch wood, he could be in a chance. He's within 5 seconds of Stocky, could be on for a podium. So Rick, as it's calmed down just a little bit, who's happy, who's not happy with what's going on right now?
Well, top 3 are happy. Well, I say top 3, but Jax, I don't know what's going to happen with Jax because he's lagged out. His race doesn't count.
We'll have to find out if he. We'll have to find out. If he gets
so that could be Ollie.
He did start the race.
Yeah. So I think top 4 will be happy, but it's tough. Tomo's 6th. Easily.
With how Tomo's race has been, will he be happy or unhappy? Because we know he's got the pace.
Well, he started 6th and he's in 6th, so I think he's going to be a bit disappointed. He's been involved with a couple of incidents as well.
Well, this is what I'm saying. So he started well, and then went down to near enough back end. He was near enough last, wasn't he? And he's back in 6th. So you can't actually be upset with that.
No, he's got a neutral, and
he would want to, for someone of how he's been driving, you'd expect him to be higher. Just sitting on board with Paddy McSur, I think he's got a few penalties, but he'd be quite happy if he stays in 5th place.
Yeah, Paddy McSur's going to be delighted.
Sorry, not Paddy McSur, Parsons. Sorry.
Yeah.
Parsons, yeah. Paddy McSur is doing really well in 5th place at the moment, as he made the mistake in front of Stocky. But Parsons, Parsons sitting in 7th behind Tomo. He's in the DRS zone now, so he's literally going to be absolutely flying. Parsons will be happy. Just don't. This is the thing, though. You're in that part of the race now. You got the rest of this lap and then 2 more laps. Parsons needs points, and even though it's only going to be 4 points or 5 points, whatever it works out as, wherever he might end up,
still on the table, isn't it?
He can take Tomo. He looks like he's got the pace, but does he risk it? Spin the car, which is what happened with Hadouken and him earlier on, and then get 0 points. Is those extra 2 points worth it? Worth the risk of potentially getting 0 points? Look, he's half a second now behind Tomo, so he's got a really nice exit as well. Tomo didn't get a bad exit, but here we go. He's in the DRS zone. Go on board with him actually. We haven't done any on boards yet. Opens up his DRS. Tomo goes defensive early. Parsons, he throws one up the inside, but he's really overcooked it. So Tomo's going to get the switchback. Yeah, he does. And he opens up the DRS again. So that was a bit of a lunge. I think that might have just been a more of a, I'm here, Tomo. Just know I'm here. I'm going to do it again next lap. More so than actually trying to go for a move there. Yeah. So has Hollowboy got enough time to get down into Hadouken?
He's happy though.
Sorry,
he's happy. He's happy for yourself now. Like it's 18 flat.
Like I said, certain races just need points and finishes. Parsons goes a bit wide. Paddy McSur, I think, will be happy because he needed some points and his 5th place, depended on penalties. This is, of course, not including penalties. Parsons needs a good finish and he's in 7th. Hadouken needs to finish after the last few races and he's in 8th. Hollowboy needs to finish and he's in 9th. Jax has been disqualified. So there you go, everyone moves up a position.
So
that's such a shame.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
no, he was in first, wasn't
he was first.
So
but
Stocky's
it's
on
gonna
the
be a big win
Stocky's
for
up
him.
to second. Stocky will be happy, won't he?
Yeah. he'll be happy.
Ollie's 5 seconds behind, so we need to see what penalties everyone has. So the points I think for Parsons, Hadouken and Hollowboy are massive. The two guys disappointed I think will be DHX and Dynamic Killzone.
Yeah.
Just wasn't their race in there. They were really good in Azerbaijan and it just didn't work out for them here around Hungary. Tomo, like you said, Tomo and Josh will be disappointed. Parsons is pushing too hard now, so I think he's just accepted that he's going to be 6th place.
Yeah.
Hollowboy's managed to get right up behind Hadouken as he left it 1 lap too late. We'll stay on board with him as he tries to get round. Hadouken must have damage, surely, if you could double check. Because Hollowboy's absolutely flying up behind him. Henry gets a 3-second penalty.
No damage. Just must be tyres.
Hollowboy said 1 more lap and he probably would have got him on the... Look how slow Hadouken is through there. Either he's got no tyres or he's got damage, surely, because he's so slow. Parsons gets a 3-second penalty at the worst time. Hollowboy goes in. So, sorry, we were so far ahead, I completely missed it. James McSur crosses the line. Easy win, 20 seconds ahead. I mean, Jax will be so heartbroken, really, because he deserved it better than that. But easy win in the end for James McSur. We're watching Stocky now. Stocky crosses the line. Has he got 6 seconds worth of penalties? We need to see where Ollie is. We know he's within 6 seconds. Where does he finish up? Ollie does get him. There you go. We said it was a risk, so poor Stocky. Paddy McSur comes over in full, stays full. What happens with him and Tomo? Does Tomo jump him? No, Paddy McSur is going to really enjoy that. And we'll watch Jason and Hadouken literally go...
Jason jumps in. Penalties. Hadouken must have a couple of penalties and Jason's jumped in for 7th.
Hello, Ricky. Can you hear me? Sorry. Literally the worst timing.
Yeah.
My battery's died right as we crossed the line. Yeah, you're right. So Hollowboy did the Hadouken on penalties. Got 7th place. That's a good position for him. So Paddy McSur really good in 4th place. Parsons I think will be happy with 6th, and Hollowboy will be happy with 7th. I think it's a stepping stone for something for them to build on, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they needed. They just needed to get some points, and then that's it. Driver of the day, Stocky. Congratulations, Stocky. Gets driver of the day. So we'll quickly do, if you could, Ricky, if you could invite the top 3, Jamesy, Ollie and Stocky, and I'll quickly do a run through of the grid. So yeah, as your results, so
Who finished first one? Sorry.
Jamesy. So Jax disqualified. Tables DNF. Joe Feely DNF. The tyre compound. Tap Machine DNF. Henry finished in 12th. DHX in 11th. Killzone picks up the last point in 10th. Matt gets 9th. Hadouken gets 8th on penalties. Hollowboy, the only one in the outfield I think that didn't get a penalty, finishes 7th. Parsons 6th. Tomo up in 5th. Paddy McSur in 4th. Good from him. Stocky in 3rd. Ollie didn't get a penalty as well, so congratulations Ollie getting onto 2nd place. And James McSur in 1st. So all the lads who've just joined me, Ollie, Jamesy, if you guys could add your audio please. Hadouken coming in can so Jamesy and Ollie, if you could add your audio please, and don't swear obviously please. Wanted to get Stocky in first, really. Don't know if he's busy.
I've invited him. He's might be a bit shy.
Might be a bit shy. I'll try one more time. Well, whilst we're waiting for him, we'll jump into it. We'll start with Ollie then, 2nd place. Ollie, 2nd place. You did Stocky on. Oh, sorry. Just before we go on, Stocky, if you can hear me, can you add your audio? Thank you. Ollie, 2nd place. You jumped Stocky on the going over the line because you had no penalties. You had 6 seconds worth of penalties. Second place, started 4th. You've got to be happy with that, surely, right? Hello? Yeah, nice one, Ollie. Thanks, mate. Ollie doesn't want to talk, so we'll start with you, Jamesy, then. Are you there? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Congratulations, Jamesy.
Thank you.
Yeah. First place. After what happened in Azerbaijan, it was sort of, I think, I don't want to say revenge. It was more of like an avenge thing, right? You had the pace. You was a lot quicker than anyone else. It was a shame what happened with Jax. I don't know if you actually know, but we think he lagged out. He was leading the way, but after that, you absolutely were flying. You had a 20-second lead. So how did that race go for you, mate?
Well, Azerbaijan was a bit of I think we can all say the race was really low quality. Plenty of penalties, 9 racers left. So, me included, I rammed into Tomo under the safety car and got a penalty. I still raced well, even though I finished 4th or 5th. I made a decent overtake. We went 3 wide on the last lap, and I was first on the last lap, but then I crashed it into the wall. But when I came to Hungary, I still managed to spin it on the inside curb. So I was like 7th or 8th, I think, at some stage. And then I ended up I don't really know what happened, to be honest, how I ended up first. Maybe people had penalties, crashes themselves, but
yeah,
I didn't really see what happened.
I think you've got to have a bit of luck. I think in terms of raw pace, you had that in abundance. It's clear to see, but a few people pitted under the first safety car on the first lap, which was Tap Machine and Parsons, I believe. So they were leading the way. You were sort of behind them, and then what happened was Jack, who was leading the way, left or lagged out. So in the end, obviously, you got a bit of luck, but I think in terms of the raw pace, you would have been challenging for the win anyway today. So as I was saying to Ricky at the start of the stream, you've had what was it, 3 podiums out of 4 now, or is it 4 podiums in a row and 3 wins? So since some of the other lads have been removed from F2 and they're going to stay in F1, you've really stepped up. So is this not a little thing to say, look guys, I should be racing in F1 as well?
I mean, I'm not. The only reason that I'm top of the leaderboard is because like Marty and Luke aren't here. So I think that's.
No, I mean, give yourself a bit of credit because, all right, we know how quick them guys are, but even when they were here, you were challenging them and you finished 4th. You were the next guy. Do you know what I mean? So it's not that.
Yeah.
They're quicker than everyone. Like, it's ridiculous. You've got pace. You got to give yourself a bit of credit.
I don't like taking compliments.
Okay,
But,
you're rubbish,
Say you're the
Jamesy.
best.
Yeah, you're
the
rubbish,
best.
mate.
You're
Don't
the
worry
best
about it.
man.
Anyway, congratulations. We tried to do it in order of 3rd, 2nd, 1st, but the guys decided to not join and add their audio and something. So anyway, congratulations, Jamesy, mate. And
Congrats, Jamesy.
we'll
Paddy
we'll
McSir
move.
wanted a shout out as well. He wanted to hear his name on stream.
Who did? Paddy McSir.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we spoke a
Paddy
lot about
McSir.
him on the stream. He'll hear it. But yeah,
Okay.
moving on to 2nd place. Ollie, have you added your audio this time? Are you there?
Yeah, I think it's working now. Can you hear me?
Yes. So, I'll ask the question again. Congratulations, first of all, 2nd place. You jumped Stocky on the penalties. He had 6 seconds worth of penalties, and you finished, I think it was something like 5.8 seconds behind him. So, you jumped into 2nd place. Started 4th, finished 2nd. You've got to be happy with that, right?
I mean, I was in a fight with Stocky at the time, and I knew he had 6 seconds of penalties, and I could see the delta going up and below 6 seconds on that last lap. I had a bit heart in mouth. I'm not sure if he made a mistake or something, but I ended up making 3/10 back on him then, and got back ahead of him. But it still feels a bit bittersweet, as got done for a speeding under the safety car when I had it paused. Ended up having to do a drive-through. Felt like it was my race to win there, but after 3 DNFs, I can't really complain. So finally back on the podium.
Unfortunately, we didn't see that. We didn't see you going through, but it was just so chaotic. If you watched the stream back, it was so chaotic under the safety cars that some people, like 4 or 5 people, were going into the pits at the same time and then coming out fighting all the other people who hadn't pitted.
Yeah.
But so I was saying to everyone on the stream, I'm not sure if this is correct, but we was watching Azerbaijan and I commentated. Cursed you, is that the right saying? But I was saying, everyone, you've switced up your setup. You've changed like some of the settings, so your traction or your low braking assist and stuff like that. And how are you finding it racing with that now?
Well, I tried it for the last 2 races in F2 in Spain and can't remember the other one, but in the last 2 weekends and DNF both of them. So I thought I'd take it back off this time and seemed to work a bit better. Back to full traction control.
yeah, so so it makes sense. That's why you got second place. So yeah. All right, well done, Ollie. That's we said on the last stream on the 2 DNFs that you'd driven really well, and that's why you got promoted to the Ferrari in F1. And then as soon as I said that, you had 2 DNFs and then a third DNF. So
Yeah.
that's surely
Just your commentator's curse.
I know, yeah. So that's
Gotta blame
something
you.
to work on again, and some really
Yeah.
good points to get you back on track again. So congratulations, Ollie. Well done on second place, mate. Finally, we'll come to Stocky.
Cheers.
Stocky, have you added your
Hello.
audio?
Yes, yeah, I'm
Yeah. So, got to be a bit gutted at that. You had a good battle all the way through the field there, and you were literally always, it seemed like always fighting someone, and then you got all the way up to get into second place, and then the exact same thing happened like it did in the last race, where penalty is what cost you from getting some more points. So, in terms of how the whole race went, I think you'd be happy, but with the final position, you've got to be a bit gutted at that, right?
Yeah, as I said, I spun out on the fast right where there's that grey curb, and it spun me out in the qualifier, so I started from the back and worked my way up through the safety cars and stuff. That went a bit longer on the tyres, but as you say, penalties once again cost me, as it cost me in Spain. First win, it would have been in the F2, and it cost me by 0.063, so similar principle here today. Just got to drive a bit better, I think, stay on the track a bit more.
So going forward, you've now, in the last few races, you've been right there. You've been challenging Jamesy. Do you think you've got the pace to really start taking it to him now and getting some
Wouldn't really
first
call it
places?
challenging, to be honest.
Or fighting talk? But have you got the pace
I'll
to?
grab a mic. I'll grab a mic.
Yeah. Have you got the pace to start? Getting some first places and starting drawing some points and getting on the back of him.
It depends on the track, really. I'm one of them. I don't think I'm necessarily the fastest, but if I like a track, as Spain showed, I'm quite good at just leading a race. But then, as I say, the penalty caught up with me. But I think a few of the tracks that are coming up soon in the rest of the schedule that we've done on F1, I quite like a lot of them. And some of them I've shown up in F1, so hopefully I can do the same in F2. And maybe challenge James and give him a push instead of him having a 20-second lead. Only it be a couple or him be behind me.
Well, that's what we want. So, well, congratulations anyway, guys, for your top 3. As we were
Cheers,
chatting
thank you
there,
much.
we've sort of got a little, how I'd describe it at the moment, we've sort of got a 4 or 5 races. So it's like you 3 guys, Tomo, Tap Machine, a couple of others that are sort of setting the pace at the moment. And we had some races today, like Hollow Boy and Parsons Hadouken. They got some really good points on the board. So hopefully this is like a stepping stone for some of them guys who've needed points to get on and start challenging you guys. So it's only promising. Well, we're hoping, it's fingers crossed, that they can start getting a foothold. And
I think it's a matter of time, innit, really. As I say, we've been in the F1 as well and running it all. There's lots of opportunities coming up in F1 now for the likes of James, as you've seen with Ollie and Ryan as well, who were the pace setters. Tom and Josh already been in F1 as well. So with other drivers coming in, it gives the potential for some of these other up-and-coming races, you say, like Parsons, Hadouken, Hollow Boy and all that, to really show what they're about and then stake a claim for them having a seat in F1 in future seasons come when the opportunity arises. So it's good to see, really.
When I was speaking to Holland on the previous stream, I've tried to explain it, but I might have explained it a bit silly, so it didn't really sound right. But when we first started the F1 League, there was a good, 6 to 8 races where it was a bit chaotic and people learning how to race, with a full grid and everything. And I think now, I know Azerbaijan is an exception because it's a weird track. It's sort of like a Monaco and a Singapore.
Yes.
I know that was it was a bit of an exception, but I'm starting to see slowly, now we've sort of got into the 6th and 8th races in F2, that everyone's starting to be a little bit more sensible, knowing when to make a move, knowing when not to, knowing to give people space and not just dive bomb, and when to take a corner, and etc, etc. So it's starting to get a lot better as a whole. Hopefully,
driving know-how, isn't it? Just experience. Once people get the experience of how to do things, and you say people learn the car, don't they? But F2's a completely different ball game to the F1, so it takes a bit of getting accustomed to. But like you said, when you're racing in big 15, 20 man races, it's a bit different with real people because they all have a bit more aggression than what the AI would. They've all got their own different types of strategies and tracks and corners that they're better on, so it adds a nice variety to it. But no, as you say, it's good to see going forward. There's less accidents, less incidents. As you say, you got your Monacos and your Azerbaijans and stuff like that are a bit manic, but that's always going to happen. That's just the way it is, unfortunately, sometimes.
Right, so that was the top 3. So thank you guys, congratulations. Just while he's in here, we might
Cheers,
as well
thank you
get
very much.
Hadouken. We might as well get Hadouken in if he's added his audio. Have you added your audio, Hadouken?
I have.
Don't know why he's in here because this is only for the top 3 racers, but you know we'll interview him as
James,
he's here
James
or not.
won the race, and I'm his teammate. We do things as a pair. That's how it works with the Uni Virtuosi. That's how we come.
Well, that's fair enough. So, just quickly, because we haven't got a lot of time left, just quickly give us a rundown of how your both your races went tonight, and especially in Hungary, it looked like you were always in a battle with someone. You got pipped on the line by Hollowboy for penalties. You had a really good race with Tomo for about 4 laps. You had a bit of a chaotic race with Parsons, I believe. It just seemed to be non-stop in the end.
I'm just happy I got pole position for a little bit, even though I'd not pitted yet. No, honestly, the thing that's like kind of got me over was Mac's connection at the start of the race. On my screen, he went off the track and then all of a sudden just appeared back in front of me. I got a 5-second penalty, and then that literally, as soon as I pitted, I went from 1st to 10th, I think, and then that was it.
We
that's the
did.
best I've raced ever. So
We did catch a bit of chaos on the first lap. I said that to Ricky because I was watching everyone go to that first corner from the start, and then I called it a McLaren because it was an orange car. But obviously we saw Matt go straight up, and it looked like he literally went through about 4 cars, and then went round the corner and everyone was back like racing like normal. So we did see that. But you got some good points. What can you expect going forward to Hadouken? Do you think you can improve, or is this the sort of level you're going to be at for a little while?
it's probably, I don't really play the game. I did a little bit of practice before, literally just before this race, when I got taken out and when I took myself out in Azerbaijan. So I think if I actually practice the courses, I might have a better chance because I literally don't know them at all. But we'll see. And just a big shout out to Boise because he keeps messaging me right now, asking me to shout him out. So.
And I want to
Shout out
shout
to
out Marley
Boise
as well because he was my engineer.
This isn't
for
shout
the
out
whole
time.
race.
This is
Those
my
races.
interview, not yours. You've had your moment.
Right.
Maybe
Okay.
Marley
So
deserves a shout out.
thank you everyone. Congratulations. So Ricky will sign out. So in the end, as we said, James McSir, Ollie, and Stocky for the top 3. Jamesy in a class of his own in Hungary. To be fair, unlucky on Jax because if he had stayed in, we could have seen a really good battle for the win there. But Ricky, thank you for joining me for the stream today, and congratulations everyone
Pleasure,
else. And we'll see you
Congratulations
Cheers,
all
for the
next
win,
time.
Thank you.
boys.
Good job on
Yeah.
the commentary again, boys. Well done.
Thank you. We'll see you all next